Hi, I'm Jendella Benson, and this is Shut Up and Write, your quick fire fiction writing kick up the bum that's going to get you actually writing instead of overthinking. We are at the final episode, and I have a secret. I know why you're here. You're here and you've got a lot of questions. How do I get started? How do I know what I'm doing? How do I know if I'm any good? You have all those questions, but essentially what you are looking for is permission to do this thing that you really want to do. You might not think you're looking for permission, but you actually are. Because writing seems just a little bit too easy. So what? I sit down at my laptop with my notepad or with the notes app on my smartphone and I just start writing and that's it. Like, what separates me from the millions of wannabes out there? The only thing that does is you having actually written. And you won't know if you're merely a wannabe or a pretender or someone who is actually about this until you have actually written. I've worked with loads of different writers at different stages of the game as an editor, as a mentor, or leading writing workshops, and we are all looking for permission in one shape or another. For emerging writers, it might be through writing courses or writing degrees. It might be through getting a book contract or through getting an agent. For more established writers, it might be writing awards or residencies or reviews. We are all looking for that permission, that outside validation that says what you are doing is worth it and you're doing it pretty well. This is all very normal. It's all very human, but ultimately all of these things, bestseller lists, whether you're featured in The Guardian, all of that kind of stuff, it is outside of your actual control. There is nothing you can do about it. Waiting on these outside sources of validation is about as useful as waiting for the sun to shine in England to give you permission to do the thing that you want to do. It might shine, it might not. It would be nice if it came out, but it can't stop you doing the thing that you actually want to do. Like, your validation cannot hinge on that. You have to ask yourself, are you really going to allow these things to stop you from writing? If the answer is no, then you have gotten over the big hurdle of giving yourself permission. Now, this is something that you will constantly have to do on your writing journey because rejection is a given. There are going to be so many times when you don't get the reception you wanted, you're going to get rejected, you're not going to get the feedback that you desired or the encouragement that you looked for. So you have to be the one to give yourself permission to continue regardless. Some people say that to write, to be a real writer, you have to write every day. Me, I cannot write every day. I have a full-time job, I have a billion children, I have a lot of other obligations. It's not possible. So instead, I give myself permission to write when I can by whatever means necessary. A lot of the time that means I'm writing on my phone, while I'm on the train, while I'm commuting, in between doing something else, while I'm waiting for the kids to come out of school. That's when I'm actually writing. If I'm really struggling to find time day to day to get something done and there's a deadline looming, I give myself permission to take annual leave to write. That's what makes me a writer. Now, the challenge that you're facing and the permission that you're seeking might look very different, but the key thing is you need to be the one to give yourself that permission. The goalposts are always going to change if internally you never stop feeling like an imposter, like you don't really deserve to do the thing that you want to do or to call yourself a writer. My writing prompt for you today is a bit different because we're not going to write fiction. We're going to write ourselves permission slip. Think of the challenge, the obstacle, the doubt or fear that you have in your mind that stops you from actually doing this thing that you want to do, and write yourself a permission slip out of it. For example, your fear might be, my work is going to be misunderstood. So your permission slip might be, that's fine because your work is not actually for everyone. So whoever misunderstands your writing is not your audience and is not your creative responsibility. Ta-da! For the last time, I'm going to shut up. You're going to start writing, but don't forget there is a whole workbook with more on permission, more on editing, more on character, more on everything that I've touched in this series. You can get it from my website for a download, but whether you get it or not, the most important thing is that you're going to go away and write now, aren't you? Like, that's actually what you're going to do. You're going to close this video, you're going to go and you're going to write. Yeah?